Commander Vexthal stood before the holographic display in the war room of the Imperial Dreadnought Sovereign's Edge. His 4 eyes fixed on the small blue planet rotating slowly in the center of the projection. The third planet from an unremarkable yellow star in what the inhabitants called the Milky Way galaxy had been flagged for routine conquest. Another primitive world to add to the Galactic Empire's vast collection of subjugated systems. "Analysis complete, Commander," reported Lieutenant Krautos, his crystalline voice echoing through the chamber. "The species calls itself humans. Technology level, primitive. No faster-than-light travel. No energy shields. No plasma weaponry. Estimated conquest time, 72 standard hours." Vexthal nodded approvingly. After 5 centuries of expanding the Empire's borders, such conquests had become mundane affairs. The Empire's advanced fleet could reduce entire civilizations to ash within days, their superior technology making resistance futile. This mission would be no different, or so he believed. What the Imperial forces hadn't anticipated was the human capacity for adaptation under extreme pressure. When the first wave of Imperial scouts descended upon Earth, expecting easy surrender, they encountered something unprecedented. A species that thrived in chaos. Captain Elena Rodriguez watched from her bunker as the alien craft descended over New York. The electromagnetic pulse that followed knocked out global communications, but humanity had faced extinction before. Within hours, survivors were emerging from subway tunnels with improvised weapons, using the invaders' own technology against them. The first Imperial casualty came from an unexpected source, a simple human invention called an improvised explosive device. The alien warriors, protected by energy fields that could deflect plasma bolts, discovered that crude chemical explosives still obeyed the laws of physics. The concussive force shattered their shields, and suddenly the primitive humans weren't so primitive anymore. Back aboard the Sovereign's Edge, alarm klaxons wailed as reports flooded in from the surface. "Commander," Krautos' voice cracked with disbelief. "We've lost 3 squadrons. The humans. They're using our own equipment against us." Vexthal's mandibles clicked nervously. In 500 years of conquest, no species had ever managed to reverse-engineer Imperial technology within hours of first contact. Yet the reports were undeniable. Humans were adapting Imperial weapons, hacking their communications, and turning their own tactics against them. Lieutenant Marcus Thompson crouched in the ruins of Chicago, clutching a modified Imperial plasma rifle. The weapon had taken him only 20 minutes to figure out, human intuition and desperate creativity proving more valuable than centuries of military doctrine. Around him, a ragtag group of survivors moved with deadly purpose, each carrying salvaged alien technology. "They're regrouping for another assault," whispered Dr. Amelia Brooks, the former NASA engineer who had cracked the aliens' shield frequency in record time. "We need to hit their command ship before they can call for reinforcements." The human resistance had done something the Galactic Empire had never encountered. They had turned a technological disadvantage into psychological warfare. Every fallen Imperial soldier meant more weapons for humanity. Every destroyed human city meant more desperate, adaptable survivors with nothing left to lose. As the battle raged on, Vexthal realized the horrible truth. His species had grown soft through centuries of easy conquest, relying entirely on technological superiority. They had forgotten how to fight an enemy that refused to follow the rules of civilized warfare. "Send a message to High Command," Vexthal ordered, his voice heavy with the weight of impending doom. "Recommend immediate withdrawal from the Sol system. Classification: hostile species. Extreme threat level." The transmission that reached Imperial Command carried an unprecedented warning. Galactic Empire forces unprepared for prolonged engagement with human species. Recommend avoiding contact. They adapt too quickly. They fight like their lives depend on it because they do. Our warning to any future expedition: run. For the first time in Imperial history, the mighty Galactic Empire retreated from a primitive world, leaving behind a species that had just announced itself to the galaxy in the most terrifying way possible, by refusing to surrender.